So if you're looking to join the police, you need to be aware that there is a brand new wheel of confusion to replace what is now the old wheel of confusion. So in case you haven't watched any of these videos before, my name is Brendan from Bluelight. Over the past 30 years, I've been supporting people for the police promotion board, specialist interviews, and the police recruitment process. I joined the police in 1985. Yes, I am that old. And I've supported thousands of people through those processes. If you know of anyone else who's got more authority than I have in this area, let me know who they are. I would love to meet them. We're just like geek out for days on police recruitment stuff. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the new CVF, and in particular, a new value. There's a brand new value called respect and empathy. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to give you five questions that are really likely ones to come from this value. They're questions that some forces are already asking, and if they're not asking them now, they will be soon, because they've got to start adopting this CVF over the old CVF. They can't just keep operating from the old one ad infinitum. So let's start, shall we? Oh, and by the way, I'm going to end this video with a bonus video. And the bonus video is where I'm going to talk to you in a little bit more depth about how you actually look to answer some of these questions in a way that's going to have the assessors, your interviewers, sat on the edge of their seats thinking, where did that come from? That was just incredible. I didn't even know that. And that's the aim. When you're answering questions, you want to be giving them the answer to the question, of course, but give them something else. Give them something that makes them think, wow, I didn't know that. And I guarantee you that they won't know the bit that I'm going to give you. Even though it's law, all right? Even though it's the law of this land, they won't know it. They won't know all four things that I'm going to talk to you about. And I'm going to talk to you about those things in a bonus video. And you'll find that bonus video inside the Bluelight Facebook group. Now, the Bluelight Facebook group is devoted to police recruitment. It's devoted to advancing people's careers. At this moment in time, there's almost 25,000 members of that group. So if you want the social proof that it's worth joining, 25,000 members, there are something like there's something like over 500 posts a week in that group. I can't even keep up with them. So if you're not a member of that group, click the link that's in the blurb below, and you'll be asked a few simple questions to make sure you're not a spammer. And then once you're in, you're going to benefit from even more guidance and videos, and especially this one bonus video, which, like I said, is going to completely floor your interviewers. So let's dive in, shall we, with 5 questions that I think are extremely likely ones that you're going to get. So first of all, oh, by the way, these are based on the behaviors within the new value of respect and empathy. So the questions won't be, can you tell me about a time when you've demonstrated respect and empathy? It just doesn't work like that. They will use the behaviors within the value to devise new questions. And so let's kick off with number 1. So when have you had to take in or consider different views in order to make a decision? So when have you had to take in or consider someone else's views or different views in order to make a decision? I can guarantee that question is going to get asked in interview boards right across the country. Number 2, this is a forward-facing question. So how will you manage your biases once you're in the police so you can act fairly? How will you manage your biases once you're in the police so you can act fairly? And don't give them the answer that you don't have any biases. Everyone has a bias. Everyone has a bias. It's how you manage that bias that's important. And if you can use some examples of when you've done that, makes your answer even better. Number 3, a rear-facing question. Can you tell me about a time when you've had to deal with someone who has had different beliefs or values to you? So can you tell me about a time when you've had to deal with someone who has different values or beliefs to you? Number 4, how will you, this is a forward-facing question, how will you as a police officer promote equality and diversity? How will you as a police officer promote equality and diversity? Now that could also be framed as, And this is a question that gets asked by several forces. Why is equality and diversity so important to the police service? Why is equality and diversity so important to the police service? All right, the last one, number 5. Can you tell me about a time when you've had to be sensitive to someone else's needs when dealing with a situation? So can you tell me about a time when you've had to be sensitive to someone else's needs when dealing with a situation? Now, I'll give you a little bit of a bonus one here. Do you want a bonus one? Shall I give you a bonus question? I did say 5, didn't I? But as I'm reading that one, I'm thinking this links into scenario-based questions. Scenario-based questions are ones where they give you a scenario to deal with, and they'll ask you, so how would you deal with that? And some of the scenario-based questions involve vulnerable people, in particular things like victims of domestic violence. So that could be a good one where they actually assess your respect and empathy. So they could give you a scenario to do with a domestic violence incident or any other vulnerable person, and then just ask you how would you deal with that, and you'd be talking about how you'd be sensitive to their needs. Not just that I will be sensitive to their needs, you know, it's a bold claim, that's not enough. You've got to talk about how you would be and why you would be. So there you go, folks. 5 questions that I think are really likely ones for you to get. I know some of these questions are being asked by several forces already, but these tie in nicely with this new value of respect and empathy. And here's the thing, in this bonus video that I talked about that you can only access in the Facebook group, by the way, you can't find it anywhere else. It's not on YouTube. It's not on YouTube. Well, it is on YouTube, but it's unlisted. And the only way you can find it is if you've got the link. And the only way you're going to get that link is if you're in the Facebook group. So join the Facebook group. You are missing out on so much if you're not in that group. Completely free. It's been going for like 7 years now. So, and like I said, the amount of guidance in there just blows my mind, because it's not just me that provides the guidance. It's people who are applying for the police and people who are in the police. So it's an awesome place to be. So in this bonus video, I'm going to talk to you about what will have them on the edge of their seats, because a lot of what is in this new value is actually legislated for, and it's legislation that I'll put money on it, that 99% of your interviewers might be aware of the legislation, but they're not aware of the specific 4 things that are required of that legislation that link in with this value so brilliantly. I'm also going to talk in that bonus video about 2 more things that you should consider on top of the things that are the legal requirements that link in so brilliantly with this value. You're going to have them on the edge of their seats, I promise you. So if that's what you want, and edge of the seats, I'd be an idiot if I failed this person. If that's what you want in your final interview, click the link, join the Facebook group, and I'll see you on the other side.